Just a little cooler at about 7 degrees out at the airport, 24 before the day is done. Fabulous weekend for football. And certainly the tryouts for the Okanagan Sun, the 2012 edition of the team, were like in the sunshine as it was beaming down on them. August 4th is when the Langley Rams will come to town, and the Okanagan Sun will open their football season, so there's a long way to go between now and the 4th of August. And the guy who is at the center of it all is the new head coach, Gavin Lake, who joins us this morning. Coach Lake, good morning to you.
Good morning, Phil. How are we doing?
Well, no. You got that backwards. It's me saying, good morning, Coach Lake. How are we doing?
We're getting it done. I'm just putting together a spreadsheet right now, just putting some names on it and getting my call list organized for the day, and pretty excited about what I saw.
You know, you come in here, and I'm sure you were already told that when the hire was made, that for football lovers and football fans in this town, they were starting to lose their patience with this team. And you arrive here as the fourth coach in 5 years. But Jungle Drums being what they are, and Scuttlebutt being what it is, and email being what it is these days, and I'm hearing folks like you already. They like what you're doing. They like how you're handling these guys.
Well, you know what? I think we've got to get the past behind us. I really think that, now that we've got a little bit of a direction, we've seen some coaches in action. We've got some players on the field. We've got, some nice orange helmets out there. I really think we have to let go of how many coaches and the 13th head coach, and the past is the past. I think we need to heal a whole bunch of old wounds, and we need to look forward to the season, and I think we made a pretty strong start to that, Phil.
So Friday you have a practice, a couple of them on Saturday and another one yesterday, and then you sort of send everybody back to sort of think, what's your, and I mean, not that you'd say, this is a dog's breakfast, and I'm really concerned. I would never expect that to come from your mouth. But give me, an honest appraisal then. Do you like what you saw truly?
Yep, I think the overall tempo, we got better every day. That's the key. I think you look for signs of improvement each practice. I definitely saw that. Of course, with every camp, you're going to see everything, every color, every flavor. It's like the film. It's never as good as they say. It's never as bad as they say. And I think if you keep an even keel and recognize that here's some areas of we're doing really well, and here's some areas that we have to perhaps gain some character in. We'll look forward to breaking down the film and doing that. But the overall tempo, the actual camp, the structure, the organization, the volunteers, the equipment staff, the training staff, everything, just top notch. The board of directors support, everything from the barbecue to the sandwiches to the you name it. Just very pleased.
Well, then of course you've got to know that the weather that you played in yesterday is like it is every time there's a football game in this town.
Yeah.
So now listen, these talent and no talent or somewhere in between, they all kind of land in your lap. You didn't have a hand on picking any one of them. They're all unknown quantities for you. That makes it a little tougher.
Well, I think I had a hand in calling a handful of guys in the last week or two that maybe had some fence-sitting thoughts about different camps going on. A certain percentage I did speak with, but the overall flavor of it was definitely our personnel director and our coaches over the off season putting together this list, so we had some bodies to work with. And so, overall, the tone, the tempo, everything that I saw on field was positive.
When I hear the excitement in your voice, I start to pick up a little bit on that. And certainly for the last couple of years, there's been a lot of people who have come to the Apple Bowl on a regular basis. They love their football. Unfortunately, many of them know the game and know it very well. I think one of the more interesting things that's going to happen this year will be the sort of split season where you're going to only play the weakest teams once, and you're going to play the stronger teams more often. Certainly, you are very aware of the imbalance of the league over the last couple of years. I think that's a good thing for the league as a whole.
I think what we're going to see is a pretty playoff, balanced schedule where we're going to see some, the top teams are going to be hitting each other 4 times each. Like we'll see Langley 4 times. I'm anticipating seeing Vancouver Island 4 times. The idea is to build backwards from a national championship and put the template together to to get through our 10-game schedule. The Prairies in Ontario have, I believe, an 8-game schedule. So, that's a mixed bag there. Potentially with injuries or depth, that could be an issue. But in terms of execution and repetition, that actually helps. So, you know what? I'd much rather win a game 13-12 and learn than be in a 50-0 blowout and we don't learn. So
no kidding. And a 50-0 blowout isn't any fun for anybody, for the team that's getting blown out or the fans in the stands. Gavin Lake is the new head coach of the Okanagan Sun. Couple of moments with him. Coach Lake, we don't know much about you. What kind of a football game do you like? Are you an on-the-ground kind of guy, or are you looking for that airborne ball, the long bombs, the short hops, the quick passes?
You know what? I look at what we're given, and I want to take advantage of what they're showing us. So, you know what? If they're loading the box, then we'll take some shots. If they're playing back, then we'll look to run and ground and pound it. So, you know what? In terms of offense, I look what the defense is doing, and we'll take advantage of that. In terms of defense, obviously, suffocation of their forces and a strong perimeter and a stout inside and something where we can obviously keep the score down. Clock management, field management, attacking special teams. Definitely all three phases of the game are something that I like to have a hand in.
So when's the next time you put these boys through their paces?
Well, what we're going to do is we'll start with some Sunday workouts. We'll get our team, our local guys, consistent skill workouts. I'm going to be sourcing our strength and conditioning program, getting that off the ground. In terms of our Olympic lifts, we'll get some sport-specific yoga into our guys. We'll make sure our hips are ready to play, proper pad level, and we're good to go.
The only thing I didn't hear you say is some pirouettes on the dance floor.
Well, that's after a win, Phil.
All right, sir. Head coach Gavin Lake, nice to hear from you, sir. Look forward to our conversations over the course of the spring and into the summer, and then, of course, into the fall. It'd be nice to see where this team goes. August 4th, Langley Rams will be the first team in town to test Gavin Lake's new squad. Hopefully you'll be there to watch it happen.